The Cursed Book. Nestled in the quiet town of Hollow Creek, the old library stood as a relic from another time. Its towering shelves were filled with dusty volumes, ancient manuscripts, and forgotten tales. Among these, hidden in a dark corner, was a book that few knew existed. A book bound in cracked leather, its title obscured by time. One rainy evening, Evelyn, a curious college student with a penchant for the macabre, found herself wandering through the dimly lit aisles of the library. She was drawn to the unmarked section at the back, a place she had never noticed before. Her fingers traced the spines of the books until they stopped on one that felt unusually cold to the touch. Pulling it from the shelf, she examined the cover. There was no title, only an intricate symbol etched into the leather. Intrigued, Evelyn took the book to a nearby table and carefully opened it. The pages were yellowed and brittle, filled with strange, archaic text and illustrations of grotesque creatures. As she flipped through the book, a chill ran down her spine, and the lights flickered briefly. Despite her unease, Evelyn decided to borrow the book, hoping to translate the text for her research on local legends. The librarian, an elderly woman with piercing blue eyes, glanced at the book and frowned.
"Be careful with that one," she warned in a hushed tone. "Some books are best left unread."
Evelyn dismissed the warning, attributing it to the librarian's eccentricity. That night, she settled in her small apartment, the sound of rain tapping against the windows. She began to decipher the strange language, her interest growing with each translated passage. The book spoke of dark rituals, ancient curses, and a powerful entity known as the Watcher. As midnight approached, Evelyn's surroundings seemed to change. The shadows in her apartment grew darker and more pronounced. She heard faint whispers that seemed to come from the book itself. Shaking off her fear, she continued reading until she came across a passage about summoning the Watcher. Unwittingly, she read the incantation aloud. The room grew icy cold, and the whispers turned into a deafening roar. The lights flickered and then went out completely, plunging the apartment into darkness. Evelyn's heart raced as she felt an oppressive presence surrounding her. She tried to move, but her body was paralyzed with fear. A pair of glowing, malevolent eyes appeared in the darkness, staring directly at her. The whispers became intelligible, speaking in a sinister voice that echoed in her mind.
"Dot, you have called me, and now you are mine."
It hissed. Desperate, Evelyn tried to close the book, but an invisible force held it open. The pages flipped violently on their own, revealing more horrifying images and text. The entity drew closer, its form becoming more distinct, a tall, shadowy figure with elongated limbs and a twisted, leering face. Suddenly, the book burst into flames. Evelyn screamed as the fire spread across her desk, but the flames were cold, leaving no burn marks. The entity reached out, its fingers like claws, and touched her forehead. Pain surged through her, and she felt her consciousness slipping away. When Evelyn awoke, she found herself back in the library, the cursed book lying closed before her. The librarian stood over her, a look of sorrow in her eyes.
"I warned you," she said softly. "The Watcher has claimed many souls."
Evelyn tried to speak, but no words came out. She realized she couldn't move or make a sound. The librarian placed a gentle hand on her shoulder.
"Dot, you are trapped between worlds now, a guardian of the cursed book."
As the librarian walked away, Evelyn's vision began to fade. She could see the book's symbol glowing faintly, and she understood her fate. Bound to the cursed book for eternity, she would serve as its silent protector, warning others of its dark power.
In the years that followed, the story of Evelyn and the cursed book became a local legend, a cautionary tale for the curious and the brave. And there, in the shadowy corner of the old library, the book waits, its dark secrets hidden within, ready to ensnare the next unwary soul who dares to uncover its mysteries.
Dear viewers, if you like to watch the scariest horror stories, do subscribe, like and share our channel. Thank you.